Hi crafters, Amy here, and I have a Snarky Sharky Stencil Card to share with you today. I'm going to use a couple stencils from the new release at A Colorful Life Designs. This first one I'm showing is called Shark Frenzy, super cute. I have an A2 size card base of 110-pound cardstock. I have a couple ink pads from the Paradise Found collection of Catherine Pooler's mini inks. My blending brushes, and here's a couple photos of the finished card to share with you today. Lots of snark, some funny sentiments, and an adorable caffeinated critter. So I will link all the products that I used in the video description box below the video. If you expand that area and scroll down, that's where you will find those links. But to start, I'm just using some residual ink from my blending brush, just so it's not a complete stark white background. I want to add a little bit of color down, so I'm just kind of varying intensity and heavy-handedness with these teals and blues. Now I have this other stencil here, and you can see it does have two frames, but I'm just going to use the one side, and I'm actually going to flip it over and make it backwards so that it's where I want on this particular composition. And then I'm going to come in with the actual ink pad and lay down some color, filling in this one side of this 6x6 stencil, and this is going to kind of frame my composition. I have a rough idea of what I want to use on this card, so I'm kind of thinking in terms of placement as I ink blend through this stencil, but it lays down this cool design. And then I know I want the little shark fins poking out on the top of the composition, but I don't want to use the full 6x6 stencil. So I'm going to use some masking tape here just to kind of mask off and only leave open the top couple rows of the shark fins. And then I'll rip off little bits just to get the little tops of the other fins because I want it just in that specific area. And again, I'm just using residual ink now on the blue blending brush because I want it there, but I want it to be kind of subtle. I don't want it to be too dark in my design. So it adds this illusion of, shark fins off in the distance as if there's a pack of sharks swimming around. But here I'm going to shop my critter book. Now, you may have seen my sentiment book. I also have a critter book, as you can see, with these stamped and die cut out or fussy cut out critters. And these particular pockets that I have in this binder actually have a little like security flap. So you can see that's what I'm kind of pushing out of the way to get in to access the little critters. And I have this adorable caffeinated shark. This is from the Rabbit Hole Designs. You can see it's got funny little snarky sentiments. And then I also have another one of their caffeine related snarky stamp sets, which is what I'm going to use for the main sentiment on the front of the card. So if you aren't familiar, the Rabbit Hole Designs is a small woman-owned business, just like A Colorful Life Designs is. So support these small shops, these woman-owned businesses, but I will link all the products in the video description box below. And I did stamp one of those sentiments just on a die cut strip here that I had on my desk. And that way I can kind of incorporate the whole caffeinated scene here into the design. But I'm using some foam strips to pop that up and some foam tape from scrapbook.com just to also pop up the shark onto the design and figure out where I want those on the layout here. Just cutting some little pieces so that it doesn't get kind of crushed in transit if I ship it. But I'm going to remove the backing pieces here and attach it down directly onto the card base. So it does have some dimension, but overall not a lot of bulk because I am, I'm not working in layers. I don't have other pieces of cardstock on here. It's just right on the card base. So after I futz with this for a bit and make sure that it's straight, then I'll move on to the next part of the design here. It's kind of giving me a little bit of trouble here. But then I have this really cute blingage. This is from Doodle's Paper Playground. It's yet another small woman-owned business, and she makes the most incredible sparkle blends. You may have seen A Colorful Life Designs is actually pairing up with that company in the month of June for a collaboration. So you may have seen other projects that I have made using her awesome products, but she makes stuff that's great for shaker cards and embellishments, and these little gems look exactly like water droplets. So it was the perfect pairing for this sort of, water design. And then I want to continue the design onto the inside of the card. So I grab my stencil again and then just use it in the lower right corner with some residual ink on my blending brush just to kind of continue the design. And then I stamped the other stamps on the inside of the card that came with that caffeinated critter. So this came together super quick, super fun to use these products together to create this snarky shark scene. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. And if you haven't already, if you hit the notification bell, then you'll be notified anytime I post a new video. So thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye.